Hey everybody, this is Ori from OneScales, and in today's video I'm going to answer the question, can you block ChatGPT from accessing your website using your content in its product, in its models, training, and just in general using your information? Okay, so this question is a little bit more complicated, and I'll talk about the different sides, but the simple answer is both yes and no, and I'll talk about a few concepts. Okay, so the first part is, if they've already crawled your website in the past, which most likely they have done, they already have your information, they've trained their models, and they already have your data there, which means if you use the product ChatGPT, for example, then you'll basically see your information right there. So there's not much you can do. The only thing you can do is you can ask them if there's any personal information. You can actually go to their website, fill out a form, and ask them to remove any personal information that's about you. So how do you do that? You basically go to the privacy policy page, which I'll share in the link below. You go down to your rights, and there's going to be a personal information ChatGPT form you can fill out right here. You can click on it, fill it out, and tell them what you want to remove. Okay. The next thing is, if you if you want to exclude them from future using your content, ChatGPT OpenAI has released a Robots.txt description on their website so you can put on your website and say, hey, ChatGPT, if you come to my website, I want to restrict you either on the whole website or on some of the website. So they've released guidelines. This is called a GPT bot under OpenAI, and you put this file on your website in the main directory, I'll show in a second, and you tell them what you want to access. So very simply put, you tell them, okay, user agent, basically the GPT bot, which is OpenAI's bot, I want you to crawl this or not crawl. So in this case, if you put this information, it would say, I want you to not visit anything on my site. Don't visit the entire site, because anything after the www.whatever.com / which means everything, I want you to disallow, which means don't do anything, don't read anything, don't use my information. If you want to access, allow it to have some things, you can say, okay, GPT bot, I want you to allow this directory and anything within that directory, but I want you to disallow these directories. And you can have many things. You can have 20 rows. You can say, I want you to access this and this, but not this and this and this. In addition, you can also block their IP addresses from your web server, and it has it right here. You have the information. These are all the ranges. These are all the IPs that they access their bots, and I'm sure they'll update it over time. Okay, so to summarize this part, for future part, if you want to block their future training their models, you can actually do that right here. But no, you have to get updated in case they change things over time. Okay, so what else can you do to block some information? Obviously, if you go in your app, either your phone app or your backend, you can click on settings on the bottom of your ChatGPT, and you can actually turn off the chat history and training to not allow them to use this, what you're doing, to not allow for them to use how you're using the system, all the questions you're asking. You can exclude it, and obviously you can delete your account as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this covered all of your questions, your answers. It's not a simple yes or no. There's a few things that you need to know for future. You should know about this to put on your website. If you want to put it on your website, robots.txt, for example, on our OneScales website, you're just going to have to edit your robots.txt file, and you're going to actually have to put this information. So for example, at the bottom, I would put user agent GPT bot, and I would tell it what to allow, what to disallow, just like you have here, for example. Hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. Any details, any tech, any other questions over time, let us know. We're here to answer your comments, your questions, make the community better, provide more information, and I would love to hear from you guys what you think, if you have any other ways to do this kind of thing. And as always, if you like this, please say hello. Tell me what you thought about our videos. Share, subscribe. Obviously like if you like it, and just contact us and talk to us, and share your information, how you use the system, etc. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, guys.